Yo, what is up, my friends? It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. Plus 1,400 cash yesterday, guys. We swept baseball. We love to see it. And we swept the NFL, too. Massive day, making about 10 units. We're back with your best bets for Major League Baseball here for you today on Friday, September 12, 2025. Player props, run lines, totals, parlays, as always. 3 picks in the video. Let's lock in and get this sweep.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire. All my bets straight from. You're in the house that Cap made now. Straight fire.
As always, my friends, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support as always. Let's have another massive day today in sports betting. Yesterday we made 10 units. We swept the NFL. We swept baseball. It was an absolutely crazy day yesterday, which we love to see it, guys. Those are the days that we want, right? Everything that we want. So let's hop right into a recap from Major League Baseball. Like I said, we swept. We went 3-0, plus 5.93 units, guys. We love to see it. Cashing our for the Sweep Parlay as well, that you guys saw at the beginning of the video. Pretty sweat-free for the most part. Nothing you had to sweat late anyway. The Phillies were down 4-0 though. We had them minus 1.5 on the run line. They came back and won 6-4. The game was 6-4 in like the 5th or the 6th inning, so you didn't really have to sweat it per se, in the sense that they got to the point we needed early, fairly early on, and held on there to cover that. And then our hits, runs, RBIs parlay with Aaron Judge and Julio Rodriguez. Judge hit 2 homers last night. That was really easy. Julio Rodriguez had 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats. So he had another massive game there. So that was absolutely easy there as well. And then the White Sox, first 5, plus 0.5, and a Maydroth hit. This was also very easy. White Sox got 2 runs in the first inning. Maydroth got a leadoff single. So really couldn't, for the most part, couldn't get too much easier than what we had yesterday. Way too easy, guys. Making, like I said, almost 6 units yesterday in baseball. It is a great time to become a member here at the channel, guys. I don't mention it a ton, but it is just $3.99 for the entire month. If you guys would like to become a member, get access to all of our picks and our plays early, a couple hours in advance of the video, please do that. Sign up down below in the pinned comment and the description. There's a link down there for that in the membership tab. And like I said, you will get all of our picks and our plays early. And a great way to support us here at the channel, guys. Obviously, you don't have to do that, but it does help us out a lot. And like I said, it's the cost of about a coffee for the entire month. And it goes a long way in helping us. So consider signing up for that. As far as our comment cappers yesterday, we had 2 call-outs in the chat. We had Justin McKelvey calling the Yankees over 8.5 runs. And got to get the bag, calling Julio Rodriguez over 1.5 bases. We love to see it. Cashes that as well. So great calls there from our comment cappers, guys. We love to see it. Like I said, massive day. If you guys didn't know, in the NFL, we went 3-0 plus 4 units in the NFL. We cashed a plus 215 in that Packers game with Tyler Kraft catching a touchdown. Obviously, yesterday was magical, guys. So hopefully we can replicate that again today. Our parlay today is going to be a little bit bigger, but in the same realm. So hopefully we can have another massive day today. Like I said, a couple other quick announcements. We're going to have our NCAA college football best bets video coming live to you at 12 o'clock noon. I posted a schedule of when I plan to release all of our videos here at the channel going forward. So check out that schedule in the post tab. Just scroll down until you find it. That'll kind of let you know when we're releasing all of our videos as well. So be sure to check that out. Without further ado, guys. One other thing. Our NFL Week 2 spreads and totals video is also live as well. I have that pinned at the end of this video. Without further ado, guys, let's get after it. Have another big day today. Let's get this sweep here today in baseball again. Getting right into our picks at number 1. We are going Brady Singer. Under 17.5 outs. Parlay with Tyler Soderstrom. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, plus 180 odds on Fanatics. Risking unit here. Brady Singer on the Reds. Tyler Soderstrom on the Athletics. Now, here's what I'll say. I made an adjustment yesterday, which I was proud of myself. I typically play, as you guys know, I take some under and outs, right? Yesterday, I didn't see any that I liked, so I decided not to do it. And obviously, we're very happy that we did that. but making the adjustment that if it's not quite there, it's not quite the one that I want, then we're not going to take it just because it's a shorter slate. Granted, it wasn't as short of a slate yesterday, but we didn't take a pitcher on outs yesterday. But today, I do like Singer to go under a lot here. When I saw him pop up and he's on the road in, playing at the Athletic Stadium, really like him. Really like fading him in this spot here. Athletics guys are 6th in WRC plus versus right-handed pitching this season. They have been so consistent. They're not just 6th at WRC plus. They've been like 5th and 6th, last 15, last 30 for the season. They're not just like hitting spurts. They're consistently getting this done. They're consistently having success at the plate, really on both sides. They've been a very good offense this season. So I love seeing that. We're back in a great offense at home, and particularly in this park, obviously, and basically a AAA park. I think Singer's going to have a hard time. And we could see him go under. It's also worth noting in his last 2 starts, he has eclipsed 100 pitches. So I think, coming down the stretch, he is one of the guys that has been going, they've been monitoring that pitch count, not pitching him too crazy deep in the games, which obviously is what we're hoping for here. So I do think the Athletics will get to him today. They are 15th in walk rate for the season. But like I said, they've been about that all season, which is solid. I definitely like seeing that. Offensively, they've been solid all year. Look at Singer's road splits. He's got a 5.18 road ERA, a 273 average allowed on the road. If you look specifically at the hit rates, it's not as attractive. Singer is under in 46% of starts the season, 46% on the road. So it's about 50-50 as far as that goes. But when you consider the matchup today, I think it's a very strong chance he goes under with this matchup here today. I think it's very difficult. And then Tyler Soderstrom, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He's a career 1 for 3 off of Brady Singer since 2021. 52% hit rate this season, 55% in home games. Soderstrom batting .279 versus righty pitching this year. So, as you guys have known, Tyler Soderstrom's been one of our favorite players to pair in these parlays when we take them. Because we've taken a lot of teams, faded pitchers versus the Athletics to success. And we're going to keep looking to do that. So, love it there, guys, for number 1 pick. We got Brady Singer under 17.5 outs. Parlay with Tyler Soderstrom over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, plus 180 odds here on Fanatics. Kane at number 2, we got Jarren Duran, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Parlay with CJ Abrams, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. This is plus 198 odds here on Fanatics. Risky unit here. Duran, obviously, on the Boston Red Sox. CJ Abrams on the Washington Nationals. Love both these guys today, both left-handed hitters. Really like their matchups today. Duran, 53% hit rate this season, 59% in home games, which is obviously pretty solid there. Currently riding a 3-game hits, runs, RBI streak. He's a career 3 for 11 with a walk off of Luis Gil since 2021, so he's had success versus him. Getting on base, I said 4 out of the 12 plate appearances that he's faced Gil, which is great. So all you need, Duran's obviously pretty fast. You saw him hit an inside the park home run here recently. I think within the last month he did that. So obviously if he gets on base, he's obviously a steal candidate. He's a guy that can, as long as he can get a hit, he can get himself home with some good base running and things like that. So we're hoping to see that. Obviously, we're hoping that he gets this done early on in the game. That would be very nice. Like I said, like the success off of Gil. He's batting 286 versus right-handed pitching this season. Luis Gil allowing a 246 average to lefty batters, so it's pretty solid there. 250 road average allowed, but his whip is also extremely high. So he allows a lot of walks as well, which is fine when you take a bet like this. Walks are not terrible here because you can get runs off the walks. A lot of times, we've cashed on a player where he had 2 walks and 2 runs. That was Shohei Ohtani. His first 2 at-bats, he had 2 walks and 2 runs. I was like, didn't even need to get a hit, and he got there. So that could happen. We'll probably need Duran to get a hit, though. You can't rely on that. But I'm just saying, walks are definitely not a bad thing when you take hits, runs, RBIs. And then on the other side, C.J. Abrams, 61% hit rate this season, 54% in home games. 4 for 11 off of Mitch Keller since 2021. Love these splits here today. Abrams batting 276 versus right-handed pitching. Keller allowing a 279 average to lefty bats. Now, Keller's average allowed on the road has actually been decent, but I think it's a little, I don't know. I don't particularly trust that, too much. I think he could definitely, give up hits here to the Nats in their ballpark on the road. It's a tough place, obviously, for pitchers. So, love it there, guys. For number 2 pick, we're going Jarren Duran over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Parlay with C.J. Abrams over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Plus 198 odds here on Fanatics. And finally, at number 3, we're running it back here with the Philadelphia Phillies. Minus 1.5 run line here versus the Kansas City Royals. We got plus 164 odds here on Fanatics. Risking a unit on this one. Running it back on a really hot Phillies squad. They've put up 31 runs in their last 5 games. Obviously a 4-game sweep there of the New York Mets. We love seeing that as far as what they did for us yesterday. I'm actually a Mets fan, so it's kind of painful in a different way. But it is what it is. I mean, the Phillies are hot right now. They definitely have an offense that could carry them quite a ways. This offense has been on fire of late. And they're drawing a pretty good matchup here versus Michael Lorenzen. Hasn't had like a blow-you-away season, particularly on the road. He's 5-10 with a 4.33 ERA, 1.33 WHIP this season. 5.22 ERA in road games with a 266 average allowed. So he's certainly hittable, especially on the road. And I think the Phillies here could get to him and obviously give him a lot of trouble here. Royals offense, just too inconsistent for me, guys, to trust. They're 21st in OPS on the road this season. So I think this is a spot where the Phillies could keep running it up. They don't even need to get great pitching, as we saw yesterday. They got 4 runs in the first inning and still covered the minus 1.5. So that's the cool thing about this lineup and team right now, is they're so hot that they can overcome just about anything with this offense right now. So I also think Walker Buehler, who's making his debut here for the Phillies, will be gassed up. And I think the team will be gassed up also to back him and give him some runs and make him feel comfortable here in Philly. He is going to be instrumental. If the Phillies are going to win the World Series, they're going to need this guy somewhere, either out of the bullpen or in the rotation, especially with Zach Wheeler going down now. They're probably going to need Buehler to be in the rotation. But we'll see how that goes. At the very least, he'll be used out of the bullpen, I think. So we've seen him be a big part of World Series teams in the past, particularly obviously with the Dodgers there. So I think Buehler pitches well in his first start. Despite his season numbers, he's got an ERA over 5 on the season. He hasn't had a great season at all, but I think he kind of turns it up here in his first start with the Phillies. And Lorenzen's just going to have a tough time on the road. This is a tough environment to go into right now. And the Royals offense, like I said, with the inconsistency, over the last 5 games, they've scored just 9 runs. Less than 2 runs per game. That is not going to get it done here versus the Phillies, especially tonight. Phillies, like I said, won 7 of 8 games, scored 31 runs in the last 5 games. So I think it's going to be tough here in Philly. So love it there for number 3 pick. We're going Philadelphia Phillies, minus 1.5 run line here versus the Kansas City Royals, plus 164 odds here on FanDuel. And then, of course, our For the Sweep Parlay, as you guys know, we cashed this yesterday. Today's is plus 1996 odds on Fanatics. So, again, risking just 1/10 of a unit. We're not getting crazy. We're not looking to give all our units back in one day. But obviously feeling pretty good, guys. Yesterday was a great day across all the sports for us. Like I said, 6-0 yesterday. Let's replicate that again today. So, appreciate you guys. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, hit that like and subscribe. Consider becoming a channel member, guys. It is just $3.99 for the entire month. It's like 30 cents a day. And you get access to all of our picks and our plays early, which obviously could be helpful at times. And it helps support us here and us going forward. It really does. It really is big for us. Video schedule. Check out the video schedule in our post tab. It'll let you know when we're releasing all our videos. At least that's the plan. Sometimes, those things won't happen because life gets in the way. But for the most part, I'm going to try to follow that video schedule as best as I can. So you guys know when we're going live with our videos. Obviously, would love to have you guys back here for all our sports, college football, NFL. Getting things rolling in the NFL. We've had 2 sweeps in the NFL. It's kind of been a little bit of an up and down season, but we are in the positive in the NFL. Like I said, we swept last night, which was a big night for us. And hopefully, obviously, we keep things rolling. We do have our Week 2 spreads and totals video out live. So, like I said, you'll see that pop up here on your screen. Make sure you guys check out that video. We're already 2-0 in that video, so check that out. Outside of that, guys, that is going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.